Go tell them girls to be quiet. Hey, this is TJ with Solutions by TJ. And listen, today is going to be an amazing day. I have some beautiful guests for you guys. We are going to be talking about this infamous PPP loan and how notaries can get it. Now, I know a lot of you have just started this business in the last, I'd say 6 months to a year. Have no fear, because if you have done any type of side hustle before now, if you've driven for Uber, if you've done Instacart, if you have babysat kids, whatever you've done, you still might qualify for the PPP loan. But don't let me tell you, because I brought the experts to tell you. How y'all doing today? Hey, Miss Yolanda and Pamela, Miss Ashley Keith, how y'all doing? So we have some more people coming into the room. I'm going to let the room fill up a little bit before we go ridiculously live. So until we get there, I know I have a lot of people who are on Facebook. Hey, Miss Denise, how are you? Santia, how are you? Who is Troy Little, Santia? So I just want to, get some more people in the room because I want everybody possible to be able to take a look at this. Hey, Melody, I don't want to start too fast for y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Like I was saying, we have somebody to talk about the PPP loan in the house. Hey, Sandra, y'all come on in the room. Hello, like I was saying, we have somebody. That's Nico. You know Nico, do the most. She in the crowd doing the most. All right, Mr. Little, how you doing? Come on to the family. Mr. Troy. Hello, hello. Hey, Thomasina, Miss Libby, Pamela Pollard, Pamela Branch. Uh-oh, the Pam's in the house. The Pam's are in the building. Miss Congeniality, greetings to you as well. Thank y'all so much for coming. All right, so today was this last week was an exciting week. This weekend I had a booked house with my short-term rentals. I have a total of 9 rentals, right? But only six of them are furnished. We're going to furnish the other 2 more this coming week. But I had a booked house. So I was excited. This was the first weekend. My very first tenant was, I think, on this last Wednesday. Everybody that I've talked to so far said that it was excellent and amazing, and I'm really appreciative. It was really an experience, I've decided that I'm gonna document everything for y'all as I'm going through this. I mean, do I know everything about it? Heck no. I don't claim to be the genius or the guru of anything. This is one of those things where I have a mentor and I'm learning as I go, but hey, y'all can come and learn with me, right? Just so that you can see. So I am going to start adding videos to my other real estate channel on that. I believe that y'all will really, really enjoy it. Nico and she makes me pull stuff up that I don't even think of. And so from February, what was it? 28th? February 28th. And then we're at April 16th. And I'm up and going that fast. From nothing, from talking to somebody on Clubhouse to up and going. I done built all of this in that short amount of time. And when you see it, it's going to be like, God, dog, TJ, wow. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's a real good look. Let me see if I can, hey, let's go see them. Y'all want to go see them real quick? I have some guests in the house that I'm going to share, but for right now, I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to take y'all. We're going on a trip on our favorite rocket ship. Y'all know I'm retarded, so just bear with your girl. You know how we do. All right, so this is Airbnb. I'm going to show you one of my favorite units first and walk through the pictures with you. Let me hide this. Now, when I'm live, this thing starts tripping. So we going to see how it does. It's going slow. Okay, but I want to show you the pictures. So this is the living room. Hello, what happened? Okay, there you go. So that's the living room. Kitchen, we have stacked dryers. This is one of the bathrooms. I wish you could really see it. Pictures just don't do this place justice at all. But this is the master closet where we have, just everything you need, the ironing board, iron, extra pillows and sheets. This is one of the bathrooms. This looks like the guest bathroom. This is a master bathroom, master bedroom. This is the guest bedroom. This is the master. And then you have all of your amenities and stuff, right? So we did it. These are my two favorites. So unit 7 and unit 3 are, I think, my favorites. 7 because I've kind of dedicated unit 7 to my family, right? Milton Hopkins, who is a famous blues singer, is my uncle. He's my mother's brother. And so I wanted to dedicate something to our family. He doesn't even know that I've done this. He's in his 80s. So this is like the blues. Third Ward in Houston is like the blues mecca. Everybody who was anybody came through Third Ward, Texas. So you see the albums on the wall. And I have a cousin, his name was Lightning Hopkins. He was also a famous blues singer. And we'll have a picture of him and then family photos with my uncle. But just to give you a little idea, this is what it looks like. These are the bedrooms. I think this is the master, if I'm not mistaken. The living room. And I'm going to get some more pictures that look a little bit more, a little bit better than these. But this is it, y'all. So I have 6 units right now. The other units are, I have 3 units, 4, 8, and 10 that should be coming on very shortly. So I'm excited. Excited. Thank you, Miranda. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate it. So yeah, man, that's from something to nothing from February 28th when I spoke to my mentor the very first time. And then I've been off and running since then, and we're up crazy. So the good part about it is I'll be able to tell y'all how to do it. The bad part about it is, of course, like with any business, I'm going to bump my head, right? And so this last weekend, a couple of things that happened. I was hurt. My feelings was hurt because us sometimes, yeah, we don't know how to appreciate each other and take care of each other's stuff. So I have some of us who were smoking weed in my brand new place with all of my brand new furniture. Like, why would you do that to your mama's house? Oh, okay. Nico said they would. Okay. So I wouldn't do it to my mama's house. I was not raised like that. I would not do it in front of my mama. I mean, I don't do it, but I'm just saying if I did do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to respect other people's stuff because I know you just can't go places and just smoke weed. Anyway.
Did you charge them for that?
I am going to charge them for it. I talked to my mentor. So I do have a mentor for this. My mentor is Jay Massey. And, all of this is an experience. I'll tell you more about it as we go, but it is an experience. So I am going to charge them for it. And so I have an alarm system. And you know how you have the keyed entry for the alarm? For some strange reason, what is that noise? I don't know. For some strange reason, the people could not get them doggone door pads right. So it was alarms going off in the middle of the night, and they were calling me saying, "I'm locked out." So of course we got to figure that. So I kept my ringer on, and I think it finally calmed down at like 4 a.m. And I was like, so I should be tired, but it's all gravy. All gravy. Absolutely, Libby. Thank y'all. Yeah. So we are, we are up and running. We're getting everything together. I'm appreciative, but I have Miss Leslie Dawson. I'm sorry. Miss Leslie Dawson, who's coming on with us today. Miss Dawson, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
I am perfect. Oh boy, I'm just having one of those senior moments, y'all. Y'all know.
Oh,
Hold on, I gotta come out of this wool. Wait a minute. I'm here, y'all, but I gotta come out of the wool. All right, so Miss Leslie, tell them what you got for them today.
Absolutely. Well, my partner and I, Renee Dentman, we're so excited to be with you all tonight. We're going to talk to you about the Paycheck Protection Program loan. It is forgivable, and from here on out, we'll just refer to it as the PPP. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am a licensed real estate broker in North and South Carolina. I'm the owner of A Plus Development Group, which is a full service firm, and I'm also a loan signing agent, so I can definitely relate. And my partner is an accountant by trade, and she owns a loan signing agency. So we're excited to bring to you all the information that we have in regards to the PPP. We definitely wanted to help our fellow notary community, let them know if they were eligible for the program or not, and answer any questions that you guys may have tonight.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you, ladies, first of all, for coming, because this is important. Like, you know, I've thought about the PPP loan myself, like I explained to y'all. What's going on here? Okay, I gotta get on the camera. Okay, so like I explained to y'all, I've thought about it myself, and I just, you know what? I just didn't want to mess up. So I think there are a lot of people who don't have a good understanding of, one, what the qualifications are. Two, what can get yourself sent to jail? Hello?
Yes.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Wait. Number one, what can get you sent to jail? Number two, what can get you sent to jail? Number three, what can get you sent to jail?
And here we get that one more time for the people in the back.
And number four, what can I do to go to jail? Whatever that is, I don't want no part of it. So that's the very first thing I need for everybody in the audience to know. What will get you sent to jail? Because we've all heard some of those stories. Early on, I heard of people who were misusing the PPP loan and they got, you know, some type of federal time or whatever. Yeah, whatever will get you sent to jail, I don't want no parts of it. So that's one of the things. But I mean, you know, there are legitimate things that we have done as notary signing agents over a certain period of time that qualifies us for this money. Because let's be real, whole market shut down during COVID. Whole market. At a minimum from March to June, everybody, I mean, we did not leave the house. It felt like when we left the house for the first time in June, the whole world looked different. We were in amazement that other people were out. Like we had not left our neighborhood. It was crazy. So it was it's just interesting. So tell us first, either one of y'all. Hey, Miss California Notary, with your pretty self. You look like one of my nieces. But hello. So tell us a little bit about what the requirements are.
Absolutely. I'll be happy to go over that. So the requirements are, number one, you needed to be in operation prior to February 15th, 2020. Okay. By operation, that means you needed to at least have your structure in place, whether you're a sole proprietor or LLC, and you needed to be bringing in income. If you've done that, you've met requirement number one. Sorry, I'm getting hiccups all of a sudden. Let me drink a little bit of water. Okay, and then secondly, you needed to have brought in at least $5,000 in gross revenue for your business, either in 2020 or 2019. If you met those two requirements and it was income brought in either through a 1099 gig work, or how we as notaries are mostly paid 1099 through our vendors, or if you brought it in as another business under your LLC or being self-employed, any of those ways, you are automatically eligible for the first PPP loan, as long as you've met those requirements. Those are the only two things you needed to have done.
So number one, you have to have made a minimum of $5,000 in either 2020 or 2019. Correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And as long as that income was made prior to February 15, 2020?
Actually, the full 5,000 did not have to be made prior to that. You just had to already have started bringing in some of it. You had the entire year to make that minimum.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. So as far as so it sounds like, I mean, if that's the only two requirements, y'all can ask any questions that y'all have. So, okay, the number one question again, how do you go to jail?
Okay. That is quite simple. You will go to jail if you just outright lie. You cannot have, for example, if you only made $500, do not create a tax return saying you made 5,000. Okay. The government can track that. So that would be a lie. So what we recommend, what they do ask for, I'll tell you the documents they're going to ask for proof. Okay. They're going to ask for a February 2020 bank statement, number one, to see if you already had a bank account established. They will ask for a March 2021 bank statement to see if you still have a current bank account established. Okay. They will ask you for your full tax return, either for 2020 or 2019. They're going to want a voided check for the account that you want the funds deposited into, or they will also ask for either a direct deposit form for that account. All of those are things to make sure that the application you're putting in is a valid one. If they feel for any reason there's a discrepancy on the application, they're going to ask you for further proof. So we have had some cases where people have tried to commit fraud, unfortunately. They haven't filed taxes in years, or they were working under the table, or they weren't true entrepreneurs, right? But they know that this was an opportunity to be able to access capital. So they have created fraudulent returns just so they can get the maximum amount, which is $20,833. They will catch it because we had so many people committing fraud previous to now, back when this was first released in like April and May of 2020, that the SBA has cracked down on what they want you to show. Previous to this year, you did not have to have your taxes completed, but now you do, because they need to be able to verify that this is truly a genuine business and that you have been operating. Another thing that they're going to do is ask you when you establish your business. So that start date is very important. If you fill out your application and you really know you didn't start until May, they're going to look at that. They're going to look at that farther in detail and scrutinize it to see, okay, what proof do you have that you were operating prior to May? So that's why they are asking for the bank statements.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. So lying, like Thomasina said, what can get you to go to jail? Lying.
Lying. Yep, pretty much. Simple as that.
Let me add to that. Sometimes
we can barely hear you.
We can't hear you, Renee.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Can you hear me now?
About the same.
Okay.
But yeah, so while she comes up, so okay, so it sounds really, really easy. So as long as you have your paperwork in order, so it doesn't matter whether you're a sole proprietor or an LLC, is that correct?
That is correct. You can be a sole proprietor or an LLC, or you can even be a corporation as long as you paid yourself and show a Schedule C in your tax return, or you have W-2 employees. Then you meet all the qualifications. Now, I will tell you, if you are a sole proprietor, for example, so if it was me and I work under Leslie Dawson, okay, if that's how I operate as a sole proprietor and I get paid under my social, then in that case, my bank account should match that. It's okay for me to use a bank account that has my name. If I operate under an LLC, and let's just say I'm ABC LLC, then my bank statement should match that as well. There are some cases where you can use your personal, but if you have a bank account, for example, some bank accounts are declining these deposits because they're supposed to go to your business and you have a
Mhm,
personal account. So
mhm,
it is a lot easier if everything matches up. But if you feel like you're in a situation where it does not, we definitely ask you to reach out to us so we can take a look at your specific situation so we can see how we can assist you, so that everything is done properly and that your application does not get denied. A couple things I do want to highlight in regards to this forgivable loan, because it is 100% forgivable. I definitely want to make sure that is clear because I have found just in our community, a lot of us are afraid to take advantage of this program just because we're worried that it may not be forgiven. As long as you use it for the things that it's forgiven for, then you're fine. And I'll list those out for you. If you use it for payroll, which does include paying yourself,
mhm,
it's forgivable. If you use it for the operation costs for your business, which us as notaries, that can include gas, printers, ink, paper, envelopes. All of those things are things we have to purchase in order to operate our company. Um, so 40% of it can be used for operation costs and be forgiven. 60% of it has to be used for payroll. So that's just paying you, right? Long as you do that, there is going to be forgiven. But a couple of other things that you can use it for as well is you can use it for mortgage interest or payments and rent and utilities as well. Those are things that we already have to do just to survive. If
mhm.
you're using it on those things, you are going to have this 100% forgiven. So I definitely don't want anyone to be worried about if they're going to incur any debt to apply for this program. There is no credit check. It's not going to show up on your personal credit. It is a true business loan from the SBA. So that is definitely a benefit as well, because typically if you're getting a loan from the SBA, they are going to check your credit. But this one does not. So everybody is eligible for it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Miss Kayla said, what is the deal about the PPP2? What is that?
Absolutely. I'm happy to talk about that. Okay. So for PPP1, as I mentioned, the only requirements for that one is that you were in operation prior to February 15th, 2020, and that you made a minimum of at least $5,000 to be eligible for the program. Okay. Those same requirements are still in effect for PPP2. However, there is one added difference. With PPP2, you need to show that there was a decrease in revenue for your business from 2019 to 2020 of at least 25%. And it only needs to be in one quarter. So I'll give you an example. If in 2019 quarter two, you made, let's say, $10,000 in income for your business, that's before any expenses. And in 2020 in quarter two, you only made 7,500 because we were shut down or your kids were out of school, whatever the case may be. That is a decrease in revenue of 25%. So if you show that in any quarter, one, two, three, or four, from 2019 to 2020, you become eligible for PPP2. That is the only additional thing that you have to show. And what we have is an Excel sheet, which makes it easy for you to be able to prove that. You would just enter the amount of income you made in each month, and it'll let you know which quarter that you had the 25% drop or more in, or if you did not.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Miss Renee, your mic working?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. That's
I can hear
better.
you better. Yes.
Okay, excellent. So I just wanted to add to a little bit. We like back. Some of the proof that they do ask to not make sure it's jail time that we talked about is your 2019 taxes. So if you made more money in 2020, you want to take advantage of the PPP1, right? Which may not make you eligible for the PPP2 because you made more money in 2020 when COVID happened. just to make sure, you know, there's no jail time, is they may ask you for your 2019 taxes. So you have to have a Schedule C reporting on your 2019 taxes. Ideally, even if your business was created in 2018, 29. That's only applicable for those that businesses were pre-existed, you know, many years prior. And they just want us to show proof. So I just wanted to add to that.
Okay, so if I can show that I made more in 2020 than 2019, is that what you're saying?
So we were going back to like the jail comment.
Yeah, right.
Comment. So for example, if you
I made less in 2020 than I did in 2019. I had it backwards.
Correct. So
okay,
in order for you to be eligible for PPP2, you
right.
have to make less in 2019. I mean 2020 per
Mm-hmm.
quarter than 2019. But for some people, they just like they're creating businesses. Hey, my business was established February the 15th. If for some reason during that process that they think twice about it, they will ask you for your 2019 tax.
Gotcha. Okay, so let me look at the questions over here. They'll give you money based on the amount you report and proof. Ms. Thomasina said she got approved for a small amount, but it'll pay for a printer, paper, toner, and gas money. It was very easy and fast. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I guess my question is, Ms. Dawson, what is the advantage by going through A10 Capital?
Absolutely. I'm happy to talk about that. Okay. So, Ms. Denman and I, we have partnered with A10 Capital as the lender to apply. Now, the reason we did that is because we went through larger lenders ourselves at first whenever we applied. And we saw that, number one, there was a lack of communication with where we were in the process. Or if we got stuck, there was no one to be able to immediately answer our questions. Number two, it was taking on average about 6 to 8 weeks for people to be approved, just from other people that we know, like our friends and family. So we reached out to a smaller lender, which is A10 Capital, and we've been able to have direct access with the owners so that we can know exactly where everybody is at in the stage of the process whenever they are applying, and we can answer questions, and we have a more one-on-one hands-on approach when it comes to walking people through the application. But also, most importantly, we've been able to cut the time down to about 7 to 10 days from time of application to the funds being deposited in the account, which is definitely beneficial as of right now. As the funds are close to running out, we believe there's about a week and a half to 2 weeks of funding left, even though the deadline for the program is May 31st. As last count, I believe there's about $30 billion in funds, but about $2 billion are being used per day or more, just from people applying. So the faster is better. And also with the lender that we've partnered with, it gives you quicker access to be able to apply for PPP2 if you're eligible, because as soon as PPP1 funds hit your account, they do not have a waiting period for you to apply for PPP2 if you're eligible for it.
So what exactly do you guys do, Miss Leslie? What is your role?
Absolutely. So we assist with number one, answering questions. If you need help with completing your application, or if you just have questions on whether or not you're eligible for it, we're there for that. If you need somebody to walk you through your application hands-on, then we do that as well by setting up a one-on-one Zoom meeting with you, where we walk you through your application, help you answer the questions that are on there, and help you with getting your documents uploaded. That is our main goal in the process, is just making sure you do it right the first time.
So there are some people who are charging folks $5,000, $10,000. What do you guys charge? How does it work?
Yes. We actually do not charge anything on the front end or the back end. So we're not asking you for a fee to assist you. We're not asking you for a fee once you get your loan. We personally just thought that approach was not something that was ethical, because most people who are applying for the PPP, they actually need these funds due to the pandemic. So we just didn't feel like that was right. If we are being compensated directly by the lender and the SBA, so that is where we're being compensated from, but not at all from any of the applicants.
And how can people get in contact with you?
Absolutely. They can reach us by going to www.notaryppp.com. We have a link where they can schedule a one-on-one session with us via Zoom. We are also mostly accessible via email at info@notaryppp.com as well. And typically
Info at notaryppp.com. Okay, so that's www.notaryppp.com and info@notaryppp.com. Real quick, guys, let me give a disclaimer because I know my family.
Okay.
My name is LaTanya Johnson. I raise my right hand. I have not done business with them yet, so do your own due diligence. I am going to do this through them. I am going to take her up on her offer, but do your own due diligence.
Absolutely.
Don't just trust everybody that comes through me without doing your own due diligence. Yes, I am going through them, but I'm just saying, I got to put that out there for my own legal reason. Okay.
Absolutely.
Because baby, they'll be saying, oh, TJ said.
You told me.
Yeah.
What should we have ready before we contact them? What is the paperwork that they want us to have before we contact them?
So my Nico in the room over here that won't come on screen is saying, what paperwork do we need to have before the meeting with you? So if I understand you correctly, number one, you have to have your tax return.
Yes.
2 years tax returns, just in case. Go on and have 2 years. Have your bank statements.
Correct. So I will say 2 years tax returns if you've been in business that long. If you're someone who just started in January, for example, don't stress too much about that. If you have other ways to document that you were operating prior to February 15th. Bank statements, most definitely February 2020 and at least March of 2021.
From a business account, or does it matter?
It depends on how you're structured. If you're a sole proprietor and you're operating under your name, then a personal account is fine. We would really just need to look at the Schedule C on your tax return to let you know if you can use your personal or your business account.
Okay.
And then the other thing you're going to want to have is a copy of your driver's license, which most of us notaries have because we have to upload that anyway on a lot of platforms. And then also a voided check for the bank account that you want to have your funds deposited into, or a direct deposit form.
So I guess a question that we always get is, I'm interested in going through your platform, but do I have to be a notary?
We can't hear you real good. Hold on real quick. So I have bank statements February 2021 and March 2020, a voided check or direct deposit form, a Schedule C, tax returns.
Okay, so it's going to be 2020 tax return or 2019 tax return. We need one or the other. The next thing we need is February 2020 bank statement, and then March 2021.
Okay. Hold on. February 2020.
Yes.
And then March. I'm trying to write this in the doggone thing for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So 2019 or 2020 tax returns.
Correct.
Okay, so bank statements February 2020 and March 2021, voided check or direct deposit form,
and driver's license.
Yeah, okay. Let me just put that driver's license.
Now, if they haven't filed 2 years back, do they not qualify for it?
If they have not filed taxes, do they not qualify for it?
If you don't have a 2019 or 2020 tax return, you would not be eligible at this time, because that is the requirement going forward, to have at least one of those filed.
Okay. Anything else? What happens if oh, that was somebody else. What happened if you didn't file taxes, but you were in business? You just said that you have to have one of those years, tax returns for one of those years.
Absolutely.
So somebody is saying, Sandra Wright, I don't know if this is a question or a statement. They don't have a loan for the ones who started later than February.
Unfortunately, as of right now, they don't. But what I would say to that is continue to check SBA.gov. All of the updated information will be on that website. They do continue to change this program as time goes on and the pandemic lasts longer and longer. So that may very well change. Just continue to check there. I can give you, for example, one of the changes that they did make that was really huge since last year in 2020 was that now for small business owners, they're going off for our gross income to calculate our loan amount instead of our net, because they were finding that we were at a disadvantage because, number one, we tend to write off everything that we can to lessen our tax liability. But when they were using our net number, of course, we weren't qualifying for much. So as of February, they implemented the change to now go off of our growth. The other change they made was in December of 2020, they decided that we can now use the funds for our operational costs, but still file them on our taxes. Previous to December, if we use the funds for any operational costs for our business, like printer or ink or anything like that, we couldn't write those same expenses off. So as time goes on, it's becoming more and more beneficial for us as they change the rules. So that's something else that they may change.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? You have any other questions, Nico?
No, I was just, is it true? Is this fact or fiction? You can apply for more than one bank and get different approvals?
So Nico said, is it true that you can apply for more? That it don't sound right. But she said, can you apply for more than one bank and get a different approval? Jail. Jail.
Yeah, you're wrong, TJ. Nico is actually correct.
Oh. I ain't going to jail. You go by yourself. No. Nico gonna be talking about, come on, y'all, they got us. Hell no. Come on, y'all, they got us.
Yes, she is correct. So what I will say about that is this. You can apply with any lender that is approved by the SBA. Keep in mind, however, if you apply for multiple lenders, once one of them submits you to the SBA, they submit your application and you are approved and you get what's called an PLP number, you must then withdraw any other applications that you have in. Right, because they want to make sure that you're not getting more than one loan. But you can apply with multiple lenders.
Right, but you can only get one loan.
Yes.
And once you get that loan, all other applications are null and void.
Yes,
you can't go over here, get 10, go over there, get 10. I knew what my friend was talking about.
No. I heard it in the streets. They've been just living there. Like I'm like, these are people that
they're gonna be like this. They're gonna be like this.
No. Come on, y'all, they got us. No, ma'am.
One of the questions that we get asked all the time. Can you hear me?
We can, but you are super low. So scream a little bit.
She can be loud.
One of the questions that we get a lot is, do you have to be a notary to apply through our channel? You don't have to be a notary, right? So that's one of the things that we just want to clarify.
You don't have to be a notary.
To apply through our channel.
So what she said was, you don't have to be a notary to apply through their platform, through their channel. If you've done any kind of gig work, like I said, if you've done Instacart, Uber, Shipped, babysitting, whatever. If you've done some type of job on the side during this time frame and you meet the requirements that I put up above, which are you can provide bank statements for February 2020 and March 2021, a voided check or a direct deposit form, 2019 or 2020 tax returns, and a driver's license. Those are the qualifications. So
do you have to use the money that if you
can you come over here?
You got one chair, man. One chair. I'm doing pretend.
Can y'all hear her? Jesus.
We can hear. We
What are
can't
you
see
saying?
her.
So basically, if you do receive the loan, do you have to use the money on? Is there requirements? Do I have to use it a certain way? Do I have to do document the way I spend the money? What I spend it on?
So she said that 60% has to be used toward personal compensation. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is correct.
So how do you show that? Would that show by it going in your personal bank account and then the other portion, the other 40% going in your business bank account? Like, how do they know that?
No.
Absolutely. It can be shown a couple of ways. The way that we normally recommend is that once the funds are deposited, that you write a check to yourself and write in the memo of that check owner's draw and deposit it into a separate account than the funds went into. That's the number one way. If you don't have a check that you can write, then the second option is to do an electronic transfer to a separate account. And in the memo of that transfer, put owner's withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have two personal accounts, you can still show it. I'm sorry, what was that?
I don't know what that was. That wasn't on my end.
Oh, okay. If you have two personal accounts, you can still show that by doing the same two things, either writing a check to yourself from one account to the other or doing the electronic transfer. The main thing is that when you do it, you notate what it is for. The other thing, for example, if you're using it for operational costs, have all of those transactions come from that same account so that it's documented.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're using something like Notary Gadget or Notary Assist, put your expenses in there just so you have that track record. When it comes to time to apply for forgiveness, for us small business owners, most of our loans meet the threshold of being under $150,000. And as long as your loan is under $150,000, our application for forgiveness is very streamlined. It's a 5-minute application that you'll fill out online from the lender, basically certifying that you did use the funds correctly. You just want to have it documented because they can come back and audit you for a few years, just like they normally can with your taxes anyway. So just do your normal documentation.
She mentioned a good question, forgiveness. How is the loan forgiven? Now, does everybody qualify for that forgiveness, or do we have to do exactly what she just said in order for it to be forgiven? Once we apply for the forgiveness, correct?
You apply for the forgiveness. Is that correct? It's not automatically forgiven.
It's not automatically forgiven. You do have to apply for it, but your lender will send you out the application, and it's 5 minutes. So it's like a 1-page application where they're asking you, okay, for example, it might say, did you use your funds to pay yourself? You're going to certify, yes, I did. That's pretty much the whole application. It's asking you, did you use it for this? And you say yes. They can come back later and ask you for proof. But if they do, you just want to have it also documented. Just like if you did your taxes, they can come back and say, did you really spend $5,000 on food? Yeah. It's the same thing.
And also on our website, if you go to Notary PPP and you go to forgiveness resources, you can see the actual 1-page document that the SBA give to lenders of what they require. And that same form can be from your lender. So we have it on notaryppp.com. If you just go to the tab that says forgiveness resources, and the form is right there posted. And you can see exactly what it's asking any lender that's going to happen.
So how do you know the time frame of when to apply for forgiveness?
Okay, Absolutely. So whenever you first receive the funds, they give you up to 24 weeks to use them. Now, does that mean you have to spend them all? No. If you pay yourself with them, then at that point you can save it, but you at least got to initially pay yourself with the funds. But after 24 weeks, anywhere from 24 weeks to 10 months afterwards, you will receive notification from the lender to go ahead and apply for forgiveness.
Okay. Perfect. So Santia is asking, where do you find documentation that lists how to make sure your first PPP loan is forgivable? Do y'all have that on your website?
Yes, we do. If you go to notaryppp.com and click on forgiveness, you will see the requirements there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is awesome. I mean, that was one of the reasons, one of the things that sold me to say, yeah, come on, y'all, let's tell everybody, was that one, they're doing this and they are not charging, because I mean, I don't feel it's ethical either. Two, because I'm using them, because like, you know, when California Notary, Miss Renee contacted me, I was like, girl, look, you were looking at my shoulder because I wanted to apply, but was like, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to mess nothing up.
Amen. Say
Hello.
Yes.
Forget
Absolutely.
it. You can keep your money. I don't want no part. You know, trick of me. No. So I'm very appreciative that y'all reached out to me. And I know, you know, for my family that's here, man, for a minute now, I am hard to get in touch with. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for reaching out to me more than once. I think Ms. Renee reached out to me about 3 times. So thank you for your diligence, because I'm not ignoring nobody. I'm just like, man, you do what I'm doing and see how many people it's gonna take.
I know.
Can we do it again with them? Can we do like the truth of the truth? Wait, facts, truth, and myths about the PPP loan. Can they just do something quick another time? Because
They can probably do it now.
you need to put it up there. Facts, truth, and myths.
Okay. Nico, see, Nico needs a chair, but I don't know why she don't just bring her own chair. So she said, can we just do a facts, truth, and myths about the PPP loan? What are the facts, what's true, and what are the myths? So, I mean, maybe you can tell us what are some of the myths that you've heard. Can you please get a chair and come to the screen?
Yes.
Here, you can have my seat. How about that? We're all family here, so if this seems a little raggedy, I mean, you know.
Oh no, we're good.
That seat's gonna be hot, Lord.
She's talking about my booty hot. She don't want to sit in.
That means it's good and ready, Nico.
I know.
I said it's good and ready. Where do I look? Am I looking? Where am I looking at? I'm over here.
You look right there.
But I want to look at. Okay. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Okay. I can't see myself. This is making me nervous. I don't know what's right and what's not right.
Oh,
I'm gonna go over here. Hey. Okay. So facts, truth, and myths. I hear a lot because I want to apply for it, but I'm around a lot of people that have gotten the PPP loan, but they've bought Schedule Cs. I mean, things that they didn't file, they had done by professionals. I have an acquaintance that paid $1,000 to get things done, but they were also denied, but they didn't get their money back as well. But now they're going through another person, and they got accepted, and they've been in business, but they've never filed taxes or filed a Schedule C of any kind. So I'm hearing a lot, and I'm also seeing a lot that has been accepted. Now, are they going to be able to catch everybody? I don't know, but I need to know the truth about that. So if we have not done the 2 years back taxes, but you still qualify kinda, because you've been in business, you just haven't gone about doing it right as far as like filing, Schedule C, EIN, all that. What is that important?
So you can file taxes up to 7 years, can't you? You can file back taxes up to 7 years. So just because you haven't filed up until this point, it's still time to file, right?
You have 3 to 4 years, if I'm correct, to
file. Okay. You're right.
7 years to be audited. So it's kind of not great, but yes, you have about three years, if I'm not mistaken, to file your taxes from the prior year. However, you have 7 years that you have to hold on to them taxes before the IRS comes to.
Because my heart is like, boo, boo, boo. I don't want to do nothing wrong. I do want the mucho dinero, but I'm like, I don't want to do nothing wrong. And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, if I get approved for the amount that I'm asking for, I'd like to pay the a lease up for some rent for the whole year because it's my office space. I work out of it. I also live there. Is that okay? Is that okay to do? Because I'm like, I'm nervous because all the wrong people are getting, and I'm like, I'm hating on them a little bit, but I'm just like,
I'll tell you what. So, to answer your question in regards to the taxes, number one, if you haven't filed and you still need to file, for example, if you didn't file your 2019 or at least your 2019, because that's the one they are at least need that one. If you haven't filed it, if you're a true business and you were earning money, then it's okay to go ahead and file those. It is okay. What's not okay is if you didn't and you making up that you made this money and now you're creating a fake return. That's not okay. The next thing is, can you pay your lease up for a year? The answer to that is yes, if it meets the if you're only using at least 40% of your loan amount to do it. So if you get $10,000 back and $4,000 of that will cover your lease for the year, then yes, you can pay it up for the year. If your lease is going to cost you more than that 40%, then you're not going to want to pay that full thing up for the year because you do have to use at least 60% of the funds to pay yourself. Now, what I will say is this. If you use that 60% to pay yourself, once you pay yourself, you can use those funds how you need to with that 60%.
Okay. Because that was a concern. Because I see people in the furniture store, they are going crazy. And I'm like, I want the $1,500 mattress too. I want that one too. The one that, just vibrated, just rock you to sleep at night. But I'm just so concerned. I'm like, don't we have to keep tracking? They're like, no, you don't have to do that. And these are people that are doing the loans for people and getting them approved. And there's so many myths and there's so many lies and misconceptions about the PPP loan. And what's the other one? ED something?
EIDL.
So you'll talk about that one too.
Oh, you're going to talk about, So tell us how to get the money the right way.
The right way is just not to lie. That is the right way. That's the only way to be able to do it. Now, if people are saying that, they're not going to check, I mean, 9 times out of 10, they may not, but I prefer to operate on the side of caution as if they are going to check. And if you operate with caution as if they may come back and audit you and you use the funds the right way, then you don't have nothing to worry about. So that's how we recommend people use it, is use it for what it's supposed to be used for and document everything. That way they can't say anything, because if you think about it, if you have this extra money coming in that's supposed to pay you and cover your business expenses, you're still running your business. You still have all the money coming in for your business. So use those funds to do what you want to do. And then you don't have anything to worry about.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I've never not been in business, but I've been here in Houston about 5.5 years now. So for 4 of those years here, I have been, as they used to call me, the bag lady. If you needed a bag, you come see me because I got it all. I got it for him or for her, or for him to buy for her. That was my and I did it, and I had other things too, along with clothes boutique. But I never really reported anything like I should have. But I did have a bank account. Still have the bank accounts going. Everything is going. But that was basically the business. And then notary came around September, I think, for me.
But I did have to file back taxes.
Can I file back taxes on that? But I'm like, because I made a lot. I'm not gonna tell the truth on that though. Can we edit that? Edit that.
That's gonna be up to TJ.
Oh, X-ray for Tay-Tay. But can we do that? Is that okay because I didn't file on that, but it was good.
I don't know. I can't hear you no more. I done got nerves.
You can
I don't know. Let Leslie talk to you.
Oh God. Okay, you can file back taxes on that. Just keep in mind that you want to consider if your tax liability is going to be worth what you're getting for this loan. I guess I would say that. But you can file the back taxes because I'm assuming you have a way to show proof that you were in operation through either bank statements or maybe you were accepting PayPal or something of that nature to show that those transactions were valid. As long as you got some kind of documentation like that to show your sales and receipts, then yes, you can file your back taxes and apply.
Can we use it for the Cash App as well? Because I have PayPal and Cash App.
Yes, you can use either one, as long as you can
Hey,
show it. Yes.
about the EDD.
For the EIDL, I did hear that mentioned. We don't really talk much about it, but I will speak on it briefly because there are some questions about it on the PPP application. For the EIDL, that is a totally different product being offered during the pandemic from the SBA. That one does, in the beginning anyway, it did require a hard pull on your Experian for a credit check. And they were denying people if their credit was not at least a 600, they were denying you. They do now have it open to where you can apply for reconsideration to see if they will approve that loan. And they are right now offering what they call a targeted advance if your area is considered low income and you had a reduction in business income of at least 30%. For that targeted advance, which is a grant from them, they are sending that out to the people who are eligible. You will get an email directly from the SBA asking you to complete a form that shows your income for each month from 2019 all the way until now in 2021. So it'll ask you to put your income from January 2019 until March of 2021. And they'll let you know if you're eligible for the advanced portion of it. Right now, they're only sending it out to the people who applied prior to, I think the date is December 2020. Once they have went through all of those initial applicants, they are going to open it up for new applications. What I would recommend for the EIDL, since that is a totally separate program that has to be done directly through the SBA, is not done through any third-party lenders, is I would call them directly if you have any questions about it, because the representatives that they do have now are more than able to answer those questions, whereas they weren't in the beginning when the program was new.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, so Miss Robbins says that she received her notary commission December of 2019, did not start earning money until February of 2020. Is it possible that she'll still qualify? She did get her business license in 2021, February 2021.
Okay. My answer to Miss Robinson would be if you collected or started your doing your notary work prior to February 15th of February 2020, then the answer is yes. Your business license is not a requirement because that means you were just operating as a sole proprietor prior to 2021, and your tax return would just need to reflect that. So your Schedule C would most likely say your name and your social, and that's how your 1099 should also reflect for your notary work.
Let's dial into that a little bit more. If
Absolutely.
you had an EIN number, because I know that in the notary world we really stress of EIN numbers. If you register an EIN number after February the 15th and you receive your 1099s from all of these loan signing agents, title companies, and they were in your TIN number, then that will be a no. If your 1099s are in your social, like if you look on there and they produced by your social, everything Ms. Dawson said is correct. But if you had them pay you under your EIN number and your EIN number was received from the IRS after February the 15th, then that would be a no. So I highly recommend, because of your particular case, set up a Zoom call for us to look at those documents to give you, in your particular case, the right and correct answer for your particular case, because there's a lot of other moving pieces, right? But for a general, yes, if you use your social, if you use your EIN number, if that EIN number was not registered before February 15th and you got paid from your 1099 from all of these lenders from that, then no. However, there are some cases you have EIN number paid from you from your you have 1099s paid from you from your EIN number, and you have 1099s paid from you from your social. If your social was paid out more than $5,000, even if you got two, that's just two Schedule C's, right? Reporting to the IRS, but you do qualify. So even if you have 1099s paid from your EIN number, 1099s paid from your social, long as the social volume of your revenue is over 5,000, then yes. But I once again highly recommend, hey, let's set up a Zoom, let's talk.
Awesome. So I have another question for the PPP. I hear an echo? I know. For the PPP, would you have to make a minimum or maximum to apply?
Yes. So what I will say about that is this. So our lender has set a minimum. That's what we keep saying, $5,000. Our lender wants you to make at least $5,000 to apply for the PPP. There's only one lender that I know of, and I don't mind sharing, that will allow you to apply if you have not made the minimum of $5,000 for the year. That is smartbiz.com. If for any reason you didn't make over the $5,000, please go apply there. Just understand that it may take you longer to get through the process, but otherwise it does need to be at least $5,000.
Okay, I'm typing this, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, absolutely. Y'all have great information. I thank y'all so much for reaching out. Thank you for coming. Miss Janice and anybody else who has questions, I highly recommend that you contact these ladies. Miss Janice is saying that she became a notary signing agent June of 2020. Would she be eligible for the PPP loan?
June of 2020, you would not be eligible for your notary income. However, if you did any other kind of self-employed work, whether that was service work, maybe like a beautician or anything of that nature, or if you were a 1099 gig worker through Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, anything like that, then yes, you would be eligible, but not for the notary work.
And so we were talking about, I remember you said some people will get the 10,000, other people can get the 25,000. What's the difference?
Absolutely. Okay, so that number that you get, your loan amount, is determined by your gross income. So for example, I can't really share it on the screen, but I'll bring it up just one moment. Okay, so if you made $5,000, the way they're going to calculate your loan amount is they're going to take that $5,000, they will divide it by 12. Okay. Once they divide it by 12, they will multiply it by 2.5, so by 2.5. That will give us approximately $1,041. That will be your loan amount. Okay. Now, if you made $50,000, if we divide that by 12, and then we multiply it by 2.5, you get $10,416. So your loan amount is in direct relation to the amount of revenue you brought in for your business. Now, there is a cap on that. Let's say you were doing really well and you brought in $120,000. If you brought in $120,000 and you are the only person in your business, you're your only employee, what the SBA is going to do is cap it at 100,000. So they're going to not look at that extra 20. They're just going to say you made 100,000, and the maximum loan amount you can receive in that scenario is $20,833. That's whether you made 120 or 200,000. That's the maximum you can receive, unless you had W-2 workers for you.
Awesome. So thank you. That's a good answer. So Miranda wants to know if you were in multi-level marketing, such as Mary Kay or selling tea, do you qualify?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Long as you meet that minimum income threshold, you do. Most multi-level marketing companies pay you $10.99 or even if they don't pay you 1099, because some companies are not, I'll be honest, they're not on top of sending out 1099s. I've heard that a lot this year. Well, Uber didn't send me a 1099. Well, as long as you still met that threshold, you can still apply. So let me give you an example. Say you did Mary Kay. You made $1,000 with Mary Kay. You are operating that under your social. Then you made $2,000 with Uber. You were operating that under your social as well. But then you also did DoorDash and you made your other 2,000. So you had $5,000 combined between those three businesses, all paid to you under your social. Then you're eligible, because what they do whenever you apply, they add all of your Schedule Cs together as long as your social matches, or if you did them all under under the same LLC, they add the incomes together.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, ladies, thank you so much. I am extremely happy that y'all joined us this evening. I think we all got a lot of information. I know I did. I have to get my 2020 taxes done. I was trying to get it done this weekend, and my guy won't be back till Friday. And I don't want to miss money, so I'm trying to find somebody else to do my taxes like tomorrow. So I'm definitely going to be in contact with you for 2020. And I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming. Some people wanted to know, we've already said, if you want to get in touch with them, schedule on the website at www.notaryppp.com. That's in the comments. Also, they wanted to know if y'all are on Instagram and how can they reach you on Instagram. Best way, y'all, versus having these ladies go to 29 different places, is do what they ask and go to the website. Because some people try to direct message you and it just gets to be too much. So let's just do what people asked us to do and go to their website and schedule an appointment. Okay. Oh yeah. See, they're gonna be emailing me, and I don't know nothing. And all I'm gonna do is say, go to www.notaryppp.com. All right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, beautiful.
Absolutely.
People. Absolutely. Well, I love y'all. So thank you again, Miss Dawson. I'm gonna talk to the family a little bit right here, just to close them out. We've been on for an hour, and so I got a few announcements to make. But thank you so much. Thank you and Miss Renee for coming. We do appreciate it, and I know a lot of people will be reaching out to you.
All right. We look forward to helping you all. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. All right. So got a couple of announcements to make. If you purchased the training, my guys in India are having 350,000 new cases of the coronavirus per day. However, my brother Burris had the coronavirus. He didn't have a whole bunch of symptoms, but he and his family, everybody in his family, got it from a wedding that they went to, a family wedding. And then he came and gave it to the staff, and then one of their staff members was in ICU. It was real bad. So he has been going through a lot. However, he told me tomorrow I will have it in my inbox in the morning, so I'll be able to upload the documents portion of that training. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. For those of you who have not been able to be patient, y'all, it's not my fault that you couldn't make it to the live. I'm sorry that it's taken a while to get the replay, but I didn't force nobody not to come to the live. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying, but I'm not over the coronavirus. I'm doing my best. All of it is coming, and it's coming quickly. But when you pay for something, if you can't make it, of course, I'm trying to get the replay up. But hey, I don't know. I'm doing my best. Just want y'all to know that. So please, it's on the way. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. So it's on the way. Just it should be here in the morning. Good Lord says the same. I know that they are working feverishly trying to get it to me because I've asked them to do so, and they always oblige whatever I ask them to do. So with that, thank you all for coming. I love y'all to life. Please keep me lifted up in your prayers, because I am making some moves on this end, but don't get it twisted. Y'all know I'm bringing my family with me. So y'all will be seeing the videos and everything. of me going through the units. And of course, I am going to make more videos here. You know, I'm still real big on the basics of notary, because what I see in a lot of people still don't know the lingo of the notary world and in this industry. When you go to any industry, you need to know the lingo, right? When you're at the closing table, you need to know what an affidavit is, what a jurat is, what an acknowledgement is. What does it mean to make an oath? Do you actually have to ask somebody to raise their hand? Do you have to go through the actual motions of this business? My view is yes. You know, if you're doing multiple oaths, then you can have them raise their hand one time and, you know, use that as, you know, for the other documents. But yeah, you go through the motions as you do with any other business. So I'm going to be doing more videos talking about the basics. I've done those videos before. Please, 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 if you have ideas for videos that you want me to create, of information that you want me to provide, email me at support@solutionsbytj.com. Again, support@solutionsbytj.com, and I'll be more than happy to create a whole 12-minute video just on whatever topic you're telling me about, if that's what you need. But I love y'all, man, and I appreciate you loving me back. I'm really, I mean, I don't know how other people do, but with my whole heart, I'm just trying to serve, you know, trying to serve, building myself up, building my business up at the same time, and then trying to drag everybody else who wants to come with me along. I mean, that's the gist of who I am, you know. So I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Kayla just brought up Legal Shield. She just signed up for Legal Shield. Now, let me tell y'all something. In this short amount of time, I, LaTanya Johnson, believe that everybody should sign up for Legal Shield. And if you have not watched the videos with Mr. Me and Phil Shannon, his contact information is in those videos. Look at the doggone videos. Go back, because this ain't no sales pitch. I've actually had to reach out to them. I don't know what happened around COVID. Well, okay, so COVID happened, or Corona, whatever. In my opinion, the NNA started hiring a whole bunch of new people, and the accuracy of the information changed. So things that I knew I could call the NNA and they were going to give me the right answer for, I didn't feel so comfortable with that during the pandemic. So it is good to be able to contact an attorney with those questions. Legal Shield is not expensive. It's a business write-off for your business. So please, by all means, get in touch with Mr. Phil Shannon. Go back and look at those videos that he and I have done, because they are awesome. So I would definitely ask that you do that. And my dog, hold on, Miss Miranda, she made that $10,000 a month. Woo! Yes, man, $10,000 a month. Yes, y'all, it is possible. It is doable. It is. It is. It is. So I am extremely excited for you. I'm glad that you stuck with it and listened to me. I appreciate it. You for trusting me and just following my lead. So thank you, because I told you, you're going to get there. Just keep going, keep going. So now she's on to that 20K. And when she gets some title companies where she could just sit down and just make money, and it's 200 a pop, then you're in the money. Then you're in the money. So Miss Robin Davis said, yes, I'm an associate for Legal Shield, and it's the best thing that I could have done. So for real, I mean, I'm not just being Hollywood. Miss Janice said that she signed up when she became a notary. I'm not just being Hollywood. I believe that every single notary in this business needs to be under Legal Shield. So contact Mr. Phil Shannon. Tell him that TJ with Solutions by TJ sent you. All right. And his information is in some of my other videos. I think I gave a link or a telephone number or something. But if you just look back at some of those videos or reach out to me at support@Solutions by TJ, I'll give you that information. All right, family, I got to take my niece home. You know, my niece and my daughter are like sisters. They are together every single weekend. So if she's not here, then my daughter's over there. And yeah, it's after 10 o'clock, so they got to go to school. I love y'all to life. Let's get this PPP loan this week. That lady said a week and a half. Hello. So we all have to be in there. Me too. So I'm trying to get myself together to get everything. But I love y'all, man. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you for loving me back. Y'all take care. Spread the word about this. Spread the word about the video. And if anybody needs anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to those ladies that I had on. All right. God bless y'all. Good night.